stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to What Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm easy, joined by Skubal, Raxter.
What up, though?
Skywalker, Nicholas Kohloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, talk friends, share stream.
Chris had a lot of breaking news in the world of concrete, so he had to, he couldn't be here today. You know, a lot of things going into the science of concrete right now, but they had to call their top guy in, Chris, to come in and sit on the conference.
Let me talk to my concrete guy.
Yeah, Chris is definitely somebody's concrete guy.
Honestly, in true Chris fashion, there's like some trades on LinkedIn.
A lot of basketball today.
A lot of basketball.
Can't make it up.
Football.
Can't make this shit up.
A lot of football.
One of these topics, Vinny, made me I don't want to say depressed, but stressed me out a little bit actually. And we'll get to it. I'm sure you're thinking what it is. You know what it is.
I think I know what it is.
Okay. Reaction to the Blazers trade. Anthony Simmons.
I don't know what the Wizards are doing. Was their goal to get C.J. McCollum? Because I feel like
that was an awful trade for the Wizards.
It was an awful trade for you.
He has an expiring contract. They're gonna have $106 million in cap next year.
That could be it. Older Jordan Poole. You got rid of Jordan Poole to get older Jordan Poole.
They even look the same.
And
a little bit.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand that. DNC, we're going to grind time after the show. So
is he going?
No, he just said he thought we were at grind time. After the show, we're going to go down to the grind time wrestling.
Okay, I know exactly what it is. Not really, though.
In center line, so shout out.
All right, so 2 more years left on Poole's deal where McCollum's done this year. And then next year they have $100 million in cap space. So there's a cap thing.
Who are they going to spend money? Who's going to
want to go there?
Who's going to go to Washington?
I have no clue, but they have aspirations.
Hey, we got
Kelly
Olynyk back.
Maybe KD, the hometown guy. I really don't know what the fuck they're trying to do.
That would make sense. I mean, if anything would make sense, it would be that. Just do whole Jordan Wizards thing.
I've noticed, though, since Brooklyn, he's only been warm weather stuff.
Yeah, I mean.
Teams on his list been warm weather.
He's also a Texas guy, so that's why he wanted to go back to Texas. And because
he's from Texas.
He's
from Maryland.
Yeah, I know, but he went to school in Texas.
Yeah, that's fair.
And taxes as well. Yeah, that definitely helps where you don't have to pay state income tax.
Miami was on that list as well.
Miami.
Did you know? I think I already told you guys. They get taxed still for every state they play in. But obviously, if you play for a Texas team,
said baller tax or something.
Yeah, it's like a jock tax.
Yeah, but all your home games aren't taxed.
Yeah, half the home games. Yeah, plus the teams you play in Texas anyway, or in Florida. I mean, obviously, it would still make sense to go play in Texas versus.
Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Michigan. That was the excuse I told myself when Dominic Sue left. I was like, well, it's because they don't have state taxes there. He still loves Detroit.
Yeah, he would have stayed here if it was the same. No, probably not.
It's honestly I dropped the whole Jim Caldwell was a good coach thing, to be honest with you.
I love Jim Caldwell.
Not a bad coach, sure. Good one? No. You had Dominic Sue, Ezekiel Anza, half of Nick Fairley because he played half the time. Fucking Matthew Stafford, Golden Tate, and Calvin. You did nothing with that. How? You still allowed Joe Lombardi to call plays for 2.5 years. That's just that's your fault, Jim Caldwell.
Yeah.
I used to defend that
love
bullshit.
Jim Caldwell.
Looking back at that fucking roster, if Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson had that shit, bro,
it would have been lights out.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe fucking Super Bowl worthy.
Probably, especially with the defense.
Kind of insane.
Yeah, that was
they did nothing. They didn't win a single
really
fucking
good team.
playoff game. When I watch Calvin highlights, I get sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, we gave this guy nothing.
And you had
we
Golden
have nothing
Tate
back for being this great.
And Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, Golden Tate is fucking disgustingly underrated.
Really good player.
One of the best yak guys ever.
Yeah, for sure.
2 touchdowns, you put his ass in another player's face.
That was
his
awesome.
goal to abuse and embarrass opposing defensive backs game in, game out.
Loved Golden Tate.
Had that combined with Calvin Johnson, did nothing with it. Oh, we had Reggie Bush, by the way, too. Drake Bell behind, get the power back, scat back, pass catching back, Theo Riddick. What do we?
Theo Riddick was a dog, dude.
It just hurts, man. Those were my prime Lions fandom years where I believed in. I mean, I believe in shit now, but now it's more calculated. It makes sense to believe in it. Then I just aimlessly believed. I don't know, man. Just we wasted so many good players. It's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. But this is a new era. We're not going to waste these good players. I hope,
you're right.
or I'll probably. I don't know what I'd do. Probably jump off a cliff or something.
Yeah.
I like doing coke and choking strippers. Shout out my boy Tommy G.
Shout out. Anyway, we got a new Detroit Lions regime. They're doing pretty freaking good. However, Madden didn't think so much about this draft class. Did you put that in there, I saw?
I did, yeah.
Do you want to throw that up there, Skywalker, the Madden rankings for the Detroit Lions rookie class?
A couple of them stand out. I think
Amon-Ra and Miles Frazier stood out to me.
Amon-Ra and Miles Frazier over Tyreek Williams is pretty crazy. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild. I think Tyreek Williams should at least be a 72 as well with Tate Ratledge.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Because
I'm not going to freak out.
I'm kind of used to Madden shitting on rookies a little bit.
They do. They definitely do. But
and by the way, I guess these aren't official.
They're not official.
These are like speculated. Doc made sure of that. Slandered everybody on Twitter today. Shout out.
Shout out.
But yeah, kind of. I mean, is these normal rookie ratings, or we?
I feel like I'm not mad that the rookies are 70s. That's normally what they are.
Skywalker's shaking his head. He's mad.
I think Tyreek needs to be at least a 72 with Tate.
I think Tyreek ought to be higher than a 70, but Madden lowballs every single. I mean, you could have a great season and they'll put you at like an 85 or some bullshit. So I don't know.
I saw that the Lions team was ranked 88 overall.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
49ers ranked over
By the numbers.
They had the Dolphins over them.
Gross.
But then it's got to be
because the 49ers at one point, yes, that makes sense, but they've lost.
Tua can't be higher than Goff, right? There's no way.
I don't think Tua is, but
I wouldn't be surprised because he is Goff with concussions and scrambling.
2 types of scrambles.
Not even scramble. Yeah, 2 types of scramble.
bro, his fucking
Scrambled eggs for brains and scrambling ability.
I think Goff was like a 70-something last year, and then the bump up to like an 80.
Bumped it up. Got to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Skywalker, what were you about to say?
I was gonna say the only thing scrambled is his head, but I guess Benny beat me to the punch.
Hey,
Jared
it's
Goff
true.
mad. Oh no,
I can say that. I can make those jokes.
Jared Goff was an 88. He finished the season as.
I've had my shoulder pads cut off of me before and carted off in the ambulance because I was profusely shaking. So, I can make those jokes.
Gross.
I've earned that right.
Tua was 82. So no.
Tua was an 82. Was Goff?
88.
Okay,
That's
fair.
Yeah,
that's good.
last year.
Tua shouldn't be an 82.
According to Jubal. We will be talking about not Detroit Lions, but quarterback tiers. Maybe we get there. I might push that one back. It's more NFL general, but and also I don't know if I was in love with the tiers, like the tiers themselves.
Yeah, I didn't see that. We got some Trajan Langdon audio though.
Yes, we do. I'm excited to get in that one. Did Kool-Aid send his at all? I don't know if he sent it in Slack. I might send it.
I got the recordings.
Okay.
Yeah. Of Trajan talking.
Interesting stuff. I have the John Jones video. Do we want to play? I mean, it's kind of. Did you watch? Did you guys watch it?
I didn't watch it.
I haven't seen it.
Do you guys want to watch it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know if I sent it. Did I send that?
Nah, I didn't get it.
Do we have Noah K at his first day of practice?
We do have that one.
Easy. Noah.
Kaniga.
There we go.
Want to throw that one up?
So yeah, we can put that
Yeah,
one
do
up
it.
there.
Throw it up.
This is I feel like there's going to be good vibes in this locker room. Good for the kid.
Good for the kid.
Good for the kid.
Fun fact: Noah Kaniga, accidentally a fan of the show.
Yeah,
He
he was going to be on heavyweights.
Then we had fucking VMix issues.
We had VMix issues.
But we're still boys.
We fixed that though,
Yeah.
so we can have him on.
I had him back up.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel clout chasey though, because I never asked him back on after the VMix issues.
I mean, I feel like that would have been the clout chasey's thing. Would have been to be when he first came on the scene.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'll reach back out.
Yeah, you already clout chased. We just didn't do it effectively.
Yeah. You didn't get the fat girl.
I did not get the fat girl, bro.
You went to school with her, right? Or something like that?
My girl I went to school with is friends with her.
You guys know what we're talking about. The woman who sued was Lyft or Uber?
Lyft, I think
Yeah.
Lyft.
Because she didn't fit in the vehicle?
Didn't fit in the lift.
So the guy denied the ride?
So, well, it's unknown if she fit in the lift or not.
True.
He said,
He said, "Hell
you
no."
can't get in my car because you're not going to fit.
Yeah. She lost that, by the way. Right?
Wild, dude.
She lost that, right?
I believe. No, I think she won.
I think she lost.
He was like, "You're probably better off walking."
Yeah, you were.
You could use the walk.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't get her on. A girl that I went to high school
Ex-girlfriend,
with. Yeah, scorned lover. No, a girl I went to high school with did like a cipher with her, and so.
Oh, that sounds awful.
She's a rapper.
Can we listen to that one day? Do a live reaction to that?
Probably. Hey, my girl Chantel's got bars.
Are you still streaming?
I haven't in a while, no.
You suck.
Yeah, I'm gonna start again once Borderlands 4 comes out. I just don't have a game to play right now.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Just replay story modes.
Yeah, I could, but like I said, Borderlands 4 comes out in September.
Ciphers, you know. I see those guys.
She lost, says Dr. Clappin Cheeks. So
yeah,
he's a learned doctor. He would know.
She for sure lost. Like, 'cause you could deny anybody getting your ride for any reason. It's your fucking car at the end of the day.
It's true.
It's not like a company vehicle. If it were, maybe you have a different situation in your hand. All right, either way, moving on.
I'm salty says Spenny has the pass if Neil can say the Blacks.
Whoa.
Is that fair? You already gave me the pass, though.
Yeah, that's for a skit.
I'm turning it in. What? You ready? Have you seen the video? I think it's Theo Von. Where he's like,
Sometimes
nobody's called me the N-word to my face. He's like, you ready? He's like, whoa. Yeah. No, I don't think it's Theo Von, but that's just... It's like the most racist field trip ever. Because they made him go to a plantation and pick cotton. Like, they made this school full of kids. Like, some school in the South. Like, a field trip they went on was to a plantation.
They picked the cotton and they didn't even let him go home with it.
Yeah, they didn't let him keep it. They took it at that.
That's crazy. That is wild. I'm gonna change the topic if you guys don't.
You want me to say it?
Don't know.
Show us. You want me to break the tension? I know Nick's ready for it.
Yeah, Neil, that was the funniest shit in the fucking world.
Dude, he got really red.
I can tell how embarrassed he was, so I didn't want to harp on it more. Because he sent the one to the announcer in the chat. I want to reply to that video so bad. Fuck it, dude. Does everybody know what we're talking about in the chat? Yes or no?
I mean, I think so, right? Most of the
Would it be mean to send it in?
No, I don't think it would.
It's pretty fucking funny.
It's pretty funny. And you hear me at the end go, whoa!
Well, that's like somebody was asking in the chat earlier, because I was watching BD earlier. They're like, what happened to KG? I want to be like, oh, Neil's kind of scared. He found him alarming. Does
Chris calling off on Juneteenth and making KG work, is that like the equivalent of him using the pass once?
No.
No? Okay.
Like Juneteenth is kind of a new holiday. I think Juneteenth is doper than Black History Month, to be honest with you.
I mean, you only got half say on that, though.
Yeah, it's fair, but I still think it's sweeter.
What
like
day,
Juneteenth is
what day's Mongolian New Year?
Motherfuckers are actually like free, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's the 4th of July. Like that's
Like people didn't know how to read back then. They didn't have access to radio. So like, how they fucking supposed to know? The fact that motherfuckers like wrote down was like, yo, like
we're good.
Yeah, let them go.
Yeah,
they're good to go. I'm looking for the Neil video. I apologize.
I'm sure it all didn't go that smoothly, but
yeah,
I'm sure the ones that did was very cool.
Well, the reality is, like, again, like, you're just kind of like free. You don't know how to read, don't know how to do shit. Like, it's like you end up working again, doing the same shit, but this time for money.
Yeah,
but still treated like shit. I'm sure after a while.
Oh, I mean that
shit, we get deep on that. We don't.
I mean, we know how history worked.
I got that.
Some people
John
don't.
Jones
It's kind of surprising.
Yeah,
like some people are like, oh.
Some people don't realize, like, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And it could traumatize generations. Like, it's a process.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to have that kind of show. I apologize. Did you see Donald Trump say the F word today, though?
I didn't.
The
load one was funny. Oh, hell yeah!
This is the same video.
Oh, no, I just saw that.
The one I sent?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was AI or not, to be honest.
That's
no,
true.
It was
you
real.
Can't trust anything that Easy sends you nowadays.
Shut up. There was a ceasefire put in place, which shout out. That's actually kind of dope.
That is dope.
But then they fucking cool. They were bombing each other up until the final minute.
I was in the gym and I saw one of the titles and it was like Trump frustrated with Iran and Israel. It's like, oh, you.
Yeah, it's like he came in separated, but they're still slapping each other.
Yeah.
Up until like it was like further enough apart. I mean, I don't know. But so he's bitching about that, and then they said they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Drop the
damn
hard F-bomb. Yeah, then he also said the biggest load I've ever seen. That was also kind of like...
He did say the biggest load he's ever seen.
But this is a weird show. We already talked about slavery and Trump in the first 15 minutes.
That's how you know it's going to be a great show.
Reset.
You guys hear about the fireworks?
Only up from here.
Yeah.
No deaths at the fireworks. Allegedly a couple shot. No deaths.
2
though.
shots.
No deaths.
Yeah,
No
shots.
deaths.
Good. I mean,
No deaths.
shouldn't be shooting in crowds anyways. Like,
Yeah,
come on. We don't got to do that.
Come on.
You put the gun down. You live to fight another day. Like, come on.
No, that's true.
Don't need to be shooting. There's kids there and stuff. Like,
That's why I don't go.
I used to work the fireworks every year for Andiamo. I met Terry Crews there. Met Big Sean. Met Big Sean's grandma pretty much every year.
What can I say?
That was, she used to see me all the time. Be like, oh. My boy Martin was actually tight with her. But yeah, don't shoot in crowds, man. Don't shoot anybody unless they're threatening your life. But don't shoot in crowds.
Did you see in Westland over the weekend, security guards stopped like a mass shooting at the church?
No.
The first one, one hit him with his truck, and then they came up and fuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, that's fair game right there. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back again. Great start to the show.
Great start.
A lot of serious topics covered. We're going to talk about Trajan Langdon and what he had to say about the Detroit Pistons making a trade or not making a trade in the offseason. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. Or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Massage Share House, guys. Head over to massagesharehouse.com or scan the QR code where you can set yourself up with an appointment with my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, and get yourself a massage chair. The best in the business, professional athlete grade, because they come through there as well. If you'd like to see him in person, head over to Bloomfield Hills at the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. It's massagesharehouse.com.
And shout out to Steve O'Baby and the Woodward Sports Chat, man. Hope your dad's okay. Hope the surgery goes well and he recovers fast.
Shout out.
All right, boys. I promise you, and ladies, if you listen, we're
Especially
pigs, though.
the
I
ladies.
doubt them.
Yeah,
I've actually had a female listener text me like, you guys just too, broing it up there. I couldn't do it anymore. I'm sorry. Still on some of my dick, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Play into the audience. Come on.
what do you mean? Well, bros being bros.
We will talk Detroit Lions. I promise you. It's there.
We got Lions.
But the general manager or the president of basketball operations, Trajan Langdon, did speak to the media today. We have to address these things. We've been speculating what the Pistons are going to do all offseason. We kind of got answers now. You can play them in any order you want, Skywalker.
Yep.
It don't even matter.
Play one of the ones. We'll play the playoff ones last. So you can play one of the other two ones, not the playoff one.
I think it's definitely provoked some thought internally in terms of what we can do to get better. I think it hasn't changed the roadmap for us. I don't think we're in a place to push all of our chips in and be locked into a place who still want to keep that optionality. I think our guys have been in the gym working a lot. They want to get better. So I think we will see growth from our young players from this year to next year. And I think that's ultimately what's really important for us, because if those guys get better, we'll ultimately get better. And there'll be a time, but again, we're continuing to keep our ear to the ground and see if there's opportunities to get better without pushing all of our chips in, proverbially. Excuse me.
So that was Trajan Langdon, the president of basketball operations for the Detroit Pistons, talking about the East kind of being a little bit wide open now with Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, and Damian Lillard all probably not playing at all next year. And then you have, obviously, the Knicks, what's going on there. Giannis wants out. So there's kind of a path for the Pistons. If they would make a big trade to bring in another star, they could see themselves in the finals. But Trajan said there that he doesn't really expect them to make that kind of move. He doesn't think they're going to make anything drastic in the offseason, and I think that's what we all expected. This is not a reactionary guy. When I look at Trajan Langdon, he doesn't seem like a reactionary guy or a guy that's like, okay, because this happened, I'm going to do this now. No, he's got a plan that he likes that he's going to stick to, and Tom Gores is going to support that. And so I see like we said, they're just going to run it back with their guys. They want to see all their young guys on. Maybe a little bit of an upgrade for Fontecchio, like get another backup 4 in there that can do a little bit more than Fontecchio. But it's not going to be anything where they bring a star in and trade off young pieces.
That's exactly it. I mean, I don't even know what more there is to say other than that. That's kind of what we've been predicting it as. Yes, there have been names come across the ticker, and we have to react to them because we do a sports show about the Detroit Pistons, about Detroit sports. Would you? Yes, I would. Are they? No. As we said before, you can't even trade Jaden Ivey right now until you see him back on the court doing some of the things he did before that injury. It's just not – they're going to take it up to the deadline, and it makes sense to do so. Like you were in a playoff situation that you arguably could have won, had a few guys here, maybe Jaden Ivey, maybe Isaiah Stewart, and those guys can come back healthy this year. And he knows they're coming back. Let's see what we got in that, and then move forward.
Microwave Nick, I don't think it's a far shot to say the Pistons are a star addition away from very realistically playing in the finals next year. Is it sitting well with you that they're not going to go out and get a guy like that while we see multiple of them moving around the league?
It definitely would have made sense for this team to take a step because they do have Cade Cunningham, superstar, potential MVP candidate of the future. But to me, Trajan Langdon can do whatever the hell he wants. He's in good graces with me right now. From what he was able to do in his first season, he's allowed to say this right now for what he did in his first year running the Detroit Pistons. To me, maybe it's not the time to freak out, make a drastic move, because if you make the wrong one and get the wrong, Robin to pair with Cade, then you're in some serious trouble. And, maybe he wasn't in love with a Kevin Durant, a Desmond Bane. Who else just got moved today? Drew Holiday, Anthony Simons.
I don't know what the fuck that Drew Holiday.
I know. I hope we touch on some of the stuff going on in the NBA right now, but maybe he didn't like any of those guys to be Cade's Batman, which Kevin Durant would be great, but he's like 38, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are we doing? So
36.
I don't. Is it?
Yeah. I looked it up today.
Okay.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of them were the right Robin to pair with Cade. So I'm not going to overreact.
Out of any of these moves that we've seen made, like the Drew Holiday one, I don't understand that at all for Portland. Maybe if Drew Holiday has got an expiring contract and they're just trying to get rid of him, maybe that. I don't know. I don't understand giving up Anthony Simmons unless you truly believe that Shaedon Sharpe is the future. The only one that I would have wanted the Pistons to do out of the moves that happened today or last night was Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
That move, I think if you add Kevin Durant and you keep Asar Thompson and you have Cade Cunningham, I think you make the finals next year. I've talked about that. So that one I would have liked to see happen, but it didn't, and I'm not freaking out about it because it was never really that big of a possibility. Kevin Durant, he's got the say to go wherever he wants, and I don't think, as much as he likes Cade Cunningham and he talks about the Pistons and stuff like that, he wasn't going to come to Detroit, so I'm not freaking out.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's the only one I would have been down. I mean, honest, Kevin Durant. Anthony Simons maybe, but I mean, who even knew he was on the market?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And I don't think guard. I'm more focused on the forward and maybe center positions for the Detroit Pistons. We have two good guards. Expecting Malik Beasley to come back.
Would you have traded Jaden Ivey for Simon straight?
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Who is Simons on a good team? You know, that's like.
Yeah, I guess I'm not like.
I do like what he has, but I was shocked to see that move go down.
It's not a big enough of a move to be like, oh, it's us and the Magic now next year for the East. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I guess not, no. But I do like him as a player. But KD definitely was the one. It's like, I mean, that's probably a difference maker for you. But again, like, because of Jaden Ivey injury, like, how much more do you have to give up than what the Rockets gave up? And Jalen Green, yeah, we don't think he's anything special, but he was number 2 of our pick.
Yeah, you would have had to give up more. You would have had to give up Ivy and probably Asar if you wanted KD. Like, that's probably what they would have asked for. And I wouldn't have done that probably. But
no, I wouldn't have.
It is what it is. Want to go to break and come back to another one, or just...
I got a question real quick before we do. Do you think it's crazy that literally Trajan Langdon has sounded like, boom, Brad Holmes, and now, every other GM in this town when it comes to, we're not going to do anything drastic, we love our development, we love our guys. Like, that's kind of like what he just said again. Yeah. We hear this out of Steve. We've now heard it time and time again. It's every single one of them say the same exact things. Besides maybe even Scott Harris and the Tigers saying like, oh yeah, we're going to make some upgrades.
I don't think so, because I think that's just what good GMs sound like.
Yeah.
Like, good GMs draft good players and develop those good players. Yeah, like, they're not going to go out and make all these signings and do all this crazy stuff, unless you are in a market that dictates your ability to do that. And like, maybe Tom Gores would be like that. I'm sure Tom Gores would be like that, where if Trajan wants a guy, there's not a price tag that Tom Gores is going to say no to. But good GMs talk like that because they get good players and they develop good players.
Yeah, you got to be calculated. I mean, again, even trading Ivy right now, you're not going to get the value you would in season at the deadline. Like, teams are like desperate for, a player like that. I think the best time to make a trade is the deadline, unless you're the one buying. But all right, let's do that. Come back, play the other 2 videos, and then from then on, Detroit Lions, as promised. Feist, tell us about Feldman Chevrolet.
If you want to get the best car in town, you guys know it's Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with 5 locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing. This month's specials include the 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew lease for just $149 per month. You can also get a 2026 Equinox LT lease for only $249 a month. $209 a month. What a steal. Wow. Go check out Feldman Chevrolet today.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Jars, cannabis guys, top shelf quality, unmatched variety price for you, the people. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit, including ones coming to Milan, Madison Heights, and Grand Rapids. It's shopjars.com. Go to the website, find a location, check it out, do a review. Send it in. We'll play on the show. Maybe not. I don't know if we're allowed to play weed videos. Either way, Shop Jars Cannabis is the best place to go. Yo, Nick, check out our intern killing it over there, man. I'm proud of him. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, motorsports.com. We got a few more Trajan Langdon videos we'll get to. I'm going to let you introduce them because I don't know.
One of them we don't got to play. It's pretty much the same thing he said in that first clip, but he said that him and Tom Gores are on the same page on what they want to do, and that they don't expect to spend big. Like, he doesn't expect them to make a drastic addition in the offseason is what he said. But he also talked about the playoffs and the experience that the Pistons got from that playoff round against the Knicks. And here's what he had to say.
I thought the playoffs were a lot of fun. I think us being in the first round gave our guys incredible experience and a great feel for what it actually entails to compete at that level and against against a really good Knicks team that we got a chance to play 6 games against. And then watching the finals and the lead up to the finals, I thought it was some spectacular basketball on both sides. I think it shows that you need depth. Depth is important in this style of play. The game's getting faster. It's getting bigger. There's so many players on the court that have skill. So those are the things that were apparent, but the whole league is seeing that. And I think we have some players that fit that on our roster right now. And I think they showed that in the first round of the series against the Knicks. So continuing to improve and develop our young players, I think, is going to be paramount for us going forward, and continuing to add pieces around that fit and can enhance their development.
One part of my game I can't wait to get to is our
suit game. Yeah. I got a couple nice suits. I got to get them tailored though.
When I worked at UWM, man, I was gassed with the suits.
I bet.
That's a fun job.
Yeah.
Not more fun than this though.
No, definitely not. I'd rather not wear suits at all, because if I could dress like this every day, that's fucking sweet.
If we did, I would just top half. You know what I'm saying? Top half.
Yeah, just wear shorts.
Bottom half still be shorts.
Yeah.
Nothing on the bottom. Straight dick.
Yeah, just hanging dick. Okay, but that was Trajan Langdon.
Shy Halu just hanging there.
Those little kids come in to sell the candy. So that's how easy went to jail again. So Trajan Langdon there talking about the playoffs and how it helped this young team. And again, I think that's another thing. Like, there was another thing in there that kind of led to him. They're not making any drastic moves. He said, the depth was. He talked about how he was seeing it, and obviously everybody else was seeing it. That how much faster the league is. How you need depth, how you need a lot of players and a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. So I don't see them moving from guys because they like the depth they have. They like the young pieces they have out there. So, yeah. Pistons fans that were expecting a big acquisition in the offseason are going to be disappointed.
Yeah. Again, it's everything we've been saying, right? It's like we're not going to see what he's going to cook up until he sees the entire ingredients put together. And that's Jaden Ivey healthy, Stu healthy. He talked about the depth that he likes on, like, throughout the finals, the size, the skill. I know this was in there too. And we talked about guys adding like Saldama, whatever the hell his name is. I think, and I'm excited for this too, by the way, because like I like the moves Trajan made, but they're very, very minimal. He came in here like a week or 2 weeks before last year's draft. Like, he didn't really get a full off season to cook up and see what he is as a GM. But as he said in the press conference, he's going to keep his ear. I don't know. I forgot how he explained it. Ear to the ground, whatever. But either way, he's willing to. He's got to figure everything out first, and I think that's exactly what he should be doing right now. And Spinney, you mentioned it. Nick, you mentioned it. Like, he sounds a lot like other GMs in this town. A couple good GMs in this town right now.
Yeah.
At least Stevie, I'll still say he's good. He won a championship with Thunder.
You're muted.
You're muted. Sound
Idiot.
guy. Jeez.
I had it down low because everyone's talking about. All right, there we go. Let's not give them the ins and outs behind the scenes.
Bro's thinking about Shai Hulud.
It's been a hell of a day, boys.
Let's get out of here before your pet iguana bites me.
All these GMs are building for sustained success. They're not going to do anything drastic, as in trade multiple firsts, or, I mean, obviously, Brett definitely is not doing that, but
yeah,
trading multiple first-rounders, we've yet to see any of these GMs do that.
Yeah.
Seems like we're seeing it around all of the other leagues, though.
Yes.
Besides maybe NFL, but...
Well, I got to be honest, too. Like, when I've seen these guys, like Mikal Bridges, or even Reese, like, these guys go for, like, 4 first-round picks, every single time I've been, like, fucking gross.
Stupid.
I would never give up that amount of draft capital for that caliber of player. Oh, Bane was the other one. And I like Bane.
I do like Bane.
But I'm not giving up 4 first-round picks for fucking Desmond Bane. Are you kidding me? Like, it just feels gross. It feels ridiculous. Same for Mikal Bridges. I like that he's not rushing to do something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with, like, chilling, relaxing, and getting the maximum value out of the guys we have right now.
Because, like, Pistons fans need to realize that those are the moves you make. Like, it seems bad when you trade 4 picks for Mikal Bridges or 4 picks for Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
But those are the moves you make when you think you are one player away from winning a championship right now.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you have already 3 good players and you're like, all right, we need one guy to put us over the top. So instead of maybe one of these draft picks becomes that guy, let's go get one we know is that guy already. The Pistons right now are 1 star away from making the finals in a very bad East next year.
Yeah.
So, like, if they were 1 guy away from being a championship contender, then you do it. But you're not trading 4 picks for Desmond Bane to add to this team because you're not a complete team yet. Now, if you already had Kevin Durant, then yeah, then you do it for him. But you still need the to find out who's going to be the running mate for Cade Cunningham when it really comes down to it.
Yep.
Those are the moves you make when you've already got your 2 guys or you've already got your core built and you just need one piece to put you over top.
I'm with you on that one. And we're going to wait till we see it. Let's go to break. Let's come back.
And Darrell Slaughter, we are not a Desmond Bane away from a championship. We are not a Mikal Bridges away from a championship.
Those are 3s.
Yeah.
Like those
are
the
3 guys.
best player. Yeah. On a championship team.
And
we don't know who our
those are the
second
trades
best
we're talking
player
about.
is right now, talking about competing for a championship. Yeah. We are nowhere near being in the business of trading multiple first-round picks for our 3.
Yeah,
even number 2 is.
Even this year, with the injuries, if you added, let's just say, Mikal Bridges, I don't know if that would make you better than the Magic or the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs might blow it up too, but
I'm not worried.
They're not that guy away yet. They are a dude away from being that guy away. Correct. If it makes it, they're 1 step behind that move.
Like we need someone, and it's hard to ask for, to be honest with you.
Step up and be a stud.
Jalen Williams.
Yes.
Or even like a Pascal Siakam. Like we're that away.
Yeah.
And we don't have that yet.
No.
Straight up. All right, like I said, let's go to break, come back.
Lions, baby.
Lions, baby.
Do you guys think we have that internally before we totally get off of it?
Number 2?
Nothing, not for certain, no.
Nothing certain, no. I like Ron Holland and his potential a lot. To be a number 2, though, I don't know if I can see
our number 2 right now is Asar Thompson.
He's a 3. Yeah, and he's a 3. He's a specialist. Skywalker, before we get off this topic, do you see it as a missed opportunity for kind of an open East to not make a trade?
I feel like, the Pistons just need 1 more guy. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the Pistons should only be focused on playoff success. And I think all they need is that 1 guy, like a good number 2, to just go out there and have success in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is like
those guys aren't.
Which one's also available?
Yeah. I don't know. Like Kevin Durant was really the only one that we.
Yeah.
Actually,
one that I'll entertain, maybe.
Jaylen Brown?
No, maybe. You put Porzingis in there, actually.
Porzingis wouldn't cost you like that much, but
yeah.
I would love a Porzingis trade.
Yeah, because he wouldn't cost you that much.
Yeah, but it's.
Have you saw the AIDS rumors? They're saying that's why I can't stay healthy. As I doubt it's true.
Like the HIV?
Yeah, the HIV. I think it's just New York Knicks fans being
probably just
New York
Knicks fans.
Yeah. But another thing too is the only one I could see becoming available. My man, homegrown, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Devin Booker. Just because right now they have 3 fucking shooting guards for no reason. I mean, that makes 0 sense. Although they've already come on, so they're willing to reroute Jalen Green. But like,
who wouldn't be? Jalen Green's buns.
Star fresh. Devin Booker's
like
about to be 30-something. Like,
we'll see.
Bring him on over her.
All right, but let's go to break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk Lions, and yes, we'll get into the electricity of Tarek Skubal starting against the Athletics. Coming up next, like it's going to be a butchery. But first, let me tell you about Loom Cannabis. It's got the perfect drink of the summer. The buzzing drinks are 7.5 milligrams in a can. Whether you're at the golf course, the beach, chilling by the bonfire, out on the boat, they are perfect for any situation. Tons of different flavors for you to choose from. A huge selection. Just go to Loom.com. You can see their entire store selection. Flour, rosin, anything you need. You can get it at Loom Cannabis, Loom.com. And make sure you use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your order. It's Loom Cannabis.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Stick from Woodward Sports. I'm out here at the Feldman shop, of course, you know, because they are #1 people. And the Ineos Grenadier, that's the new car that they got. But I got my man here, the Sun God. I'm not lying. His name is Amon-Ra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He sold me a car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Come see us out here, baby. We're in Waterford. We got the pre-owns all day. We got the Grenadiers, and we got new Chevys all day. Whatever you need, we got you.
Yeah, and I went with this one. I like it. 2023 Durango. It's used. Only got like 30,000 miles on it. And this guy, man, I was like, listen, this is my price. You either make it happen or I'm out of here.
Easy.
You know what he did? Went to his boss. He's like, I'm making this happen for this guy. Came back, threw the contract on the table. Now I'm in the whip.
Yes, sir. Sign, drive, 0 down, easy money all day.
All right, Feldman, what's the address here, do you know?
5300 Highland Road, Waterford, Michigan, 48327. Open until 6 o'clock every weekday except 9 o'clock on Mondays and Thursdays. It's 4 o'clock on Saturdays. Only day we're not here for you is Sunday. Every other day we're here to get it done, baby.
And his legit name is Amon-Ra. I'm not lying. It was destined. It was meant to be. Woodward Sports found this guy. So thank you very much, man. Enjoying the car, and the kid likes it too. It's nice and safe.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. Listen, if you're trying to get a new car, Les Stanford should be your first choice. Like my guy Goran is hooking me up right now. He's trying to get me into something I want. My lease is up. He's trying to get me here. We talked about buyout options. None of them were really looking good. We didn't feel any of them. He said, all right, yeah, we'll extend your lease for a month, and I've got you a Blazer coming out of the factory with your name on it. He gave me the number for the Blazer coming out of the factory. He said, that's going to be yours when it's done. Boom, I got a new lease waiting for me. Unmatched customer service. Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. Scan the QR code on the screen to see their massive inventory. Go hit them up. Les Stanford, together, let's drive.
See a couple comments in the Woodward Sports chat. By the way, smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend. Welcome back to Whatever Waits. Talking about Devin Booker signing a new contract. He is eligible to sign a new contract. Yes. Doesn't mean that he will. He's signed a contract for 3 more years. There's next year and 2 more years following that, where he's, I think, $51 million this year, $53 million the following, then 53 this year, 57 the following year, then 61 after that. Just because he's eligible.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're going to offer it. They're in like a weird rebuilding phase right now.
Yeah, they don't know
what they're doing. They should move off him. They have no draft picks.
Yep.
You got to do something. He's not doing it by himself.
No.
But, again, conversation for another day. Because we promised you guys some Detroit Lions, and we're delivering, Smitty. I kind of want to start with the 5-4-2 one.
Okay.
The what happened on the morning show?
So they were going over Pete Prisco's list about the top 100s and the different rankings, and Pete Prisco had Xavier McKinney ranked over Brian Branch and just under Kirby Joseph. I believe Kirby was 60, Xavier was 61, and then Branch was like 65 or something like that.
Actually, yeah, I saw Funnel Sam tweet that.
And Kool-Aid does not like Xavier McKinney because, he talks shit about Detroit, and he's a Green Bay Packer. And
yeah.
Justin was giving them business as well. But Flannel said that they were disrespecting Xavier McKinney and that he deserved to be ahead of Brian Branch. And that he's not a bad safety. Who do you think should have been? Do you think Brian Branch should have been ahead of Xavier McKinney?
I think, again, taking my Detroit Lions bias out of it.
Yeah.
Because that's like one of my favorite players, Brian Branch, for sure. And they're different positions, too. If you compare them like apples for apples, it don't really work that way.
Brian Branch has to do a lot more than Xavier McKinney. A lot
more. And delivers on it, too.
Yep.
He's more strong safety. Xavier McKinney more of a free safety. We're in like a man coverage scheme. He's in a zone coverage scheme. Like, he's just back there manipulating the eyes of quarterbacks and, like, taking advantage of it. Like, and I'm not mad at him for it, but it's different than what Brian Branch is asked and tasked with. I personally would take Brian Branch all day. I think he's better. We had that one play where he's following the man in zone coverage or man coverage, but then has to bracket off of him then after because he cuts inside or cuts outside, and he still makes a play on the ball.
Yeah.
He switches like 3 different people. Brian Branch is insane. But I'm not going to sleep on Xavier McKinney. He's a phenomenal football player, too. But Brian Branch is asked to do more, and he delivers on it. I think Brian Branch is the better pound-for-pound football player, but they're not far off. I don't think they're – I'm not going to say Brian Branch is another class of safety. They're different.
They're different
strong
players.
Safety, free safety.
Different positions. Yeah. Brian Branch is so much better than Xavier McKinney. He's so much more valuable to a team than Xavier McKinney. Like you said,
can play the run, gets after the quarterback.
In the box, playing linebacker, he gets after the quarterback. It was like what you said, the stat where he's like the first safety on 100 years to have 100 tackles, 15 PBUs, and 15 quarterback hits.
Yeah.
Like the guy is just an absolute freak of nature. He does more. Justin made a very good point to how often is Xavier McKinney lined up in man-on-man coverage against a wide receiver? Probably not very often. Maybe in the red zone a little bit. But Brian Branch does it all the time. He plays the nickel. He plays in the box. He plays some coverage as well. And he's a turnover machine. That havoc rating, right, is what the NFL calls it, their stat that they kind of made up. But I actually like this one. It's kind of like OPS, but for defensive players. Like the havoc rating of either tackles for loss, pressures, PBUs, and turnovers caused. And Brian Branch was like number 1 in the league by a lot.
Chaos.
Like by chaos. That's what it is, not havoc. Yeah, chaos rating. He was number 1 by a lot because he is everywhere at all times. Like everywhere, everything all at once is not just a great movie. It's also about Brian Branch playing defense. The guy goes out there and he has got his hands in every single play that's happening. He's always coming up and making tackles in the run game. He is aware of everything. And like you said, the route recognition from him in like limited spaces, like on the goal line and in the red zone, it's just insane the way he can process an offense. So yeah, I'm taking Brian Branch 7 days out of 7 against Xavier McKinney and twice on Sundays.
By the way, we have a Kirby Joseph who is like
better than Xavier McKinney too.
Yeah.
Like you want to compare Xavier McKinney to a safety on the Lions, you compare him to Kirby Joseph, and Kirby Joseph's better than him too.
But I know you're not biased, Skywalker. I gotta get your take on this one.
It's hard to compare these two because essentially they play 2 completely different positions. But I think Brian Branch's impact on the run game alone is what separates him from Xavier McKinney. I think they're both really good in coverage, but I mean, he hawks down that ball. Like no matter where it is on the field, he is always going to be in that tackle trying to make the play. And I think strong safety is a much harder position than free safety. Free safety, you just kind of get to do whatever you want to do. When I played football for my high school team, we called it the hawk. Like essentially just go find the ball or whatever. And Brian Branch is putting up these insane numbers while playing a harder position.
Yeah. Asked to do way more.
Asked to do way more.
Get after the quarterback on blitzes. Last year, I think literally Josh Jacobs was probably one of the hardest players to tackle one-on-one. We saw it on a Thursday Night Football. Brian Branch went up in the middle and sat him on his fucking ass by himself.
Decapitated Bijan Robinson as well.
Yeah, like Brian Branch is him.
I love Brian Branch. Like he's a top 5 line for me on this team.
For sure.
To watch play, the impact he has on the game. I think we're going to see the Lions have 2 top 7 defensive player of the year candidates when you look at Aiden Hutchinson and Brian Branch. I think and not just like next year. Like they're going to be perennial defensive player of the year candidates.
Kirby's going to force his name there sometimes.
And Kirby will too.
Last year.
Because he's going to lead the league in interceptions.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait until they sign Brian Branch to a long-term deal and you just got all those guys locked down, dude. It's going to feel so good.
And even if you do want to talk about some of the coverage stuff versus Xavier McKinney, again, different positions, tasked with different stuff, different schemes, by the way, too. But you also got to factor in the amount of injuries we had. Like, and Aiden Hutchinson is healthy for the Detroit Lions. That defensive line, that passer rating is definitely going to be in Brian Branch's favor.
Absolutely.
Think about a perfect example. Actually, when the offensive line was healthy, by the way, too, early in the season, the Vikings, where Brian Branch hawked out that ball and got that interception, because of the pressure from the defensive line. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I would take Brian Branch for sure. But Xavier McKinney, he's phenomenal safety. I don't want to take anything away from him.
There's maybe 2 safeties in the NFL I'd take over Brian Branch. And I think we already got one of them.
Ooh, that's a bar. I like that.
Kyle Hamilton's the other one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton is a dog. I feel like it is so hard to compare them because Xavier McKinney is one of the best safeties in the league without a doubt. He obviously takes the ball away, such a big thing like that helps the Packers win ball games. At the end of the day, it's the same thing that we had with Kirby Joseph. So to compare these two, it's apples to oranges. You can't do it. I mean, I think they're two of the top 10 safeties in the league. I think it's hard to say who's more impactful because Xavier McKinney to that Packers team is extremely impactful the way he takes the ball away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Brian Branch still is, obviously Swiss Army knife for this defense. So I don't really love doing this comparison, but I'm taking my guy Brian fucking Branch.
Yeah.
Like,
You should deploy him
B2
in so many
bomber,
more
baby.
ways, dude.
Come get your shit wrecked.
So many sweet nicknames, by the way, too. The Honey Brancher, B2 Bomber. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could deploy him in a game plan multiple different ways. I mean, for Christ's sakes, he played nickel his rookie year and was like one of the best in the league at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in his rookie season. And now you see him do the instinctual thing, which, again, you have to be a very, very smart, very good, very skilled football player to do the things that Brian Branch was asked to do last year. And you heard from Anzalone himself. I actually was asked to ask him on Twitter, and he quote tweeted it. I said, "What can you explain to people like the value of Brian Branch? He's so good that his assignment is to just read the defense, like Troy Polamalu-esque.
Yep,
because he's just so instinctual. Like you do whatever the fuck you want because you know what the fuck's going on at all times. Like you're the fucking man. Like I'm taking Brian Branch all day.
Yeah,
again, Xavier McKinney, great player. I'm taking Brian Branch.
And the proclaimed GM better than Brad Holmes could have had both of these players.
It's true.
When you look at Brian Branch and Xavier McKinney, but
true.
he decided to gift the Detroit Lions Brian Branch, and we appreciate it. Gooten Koozie, Lil Cooster. That's my little Cooster. Fuck him, dude. And fuck the Packers. I fucking hate the Packers, man.
I do hate the Green Bay Packers. I hate their fans more than anything.
Yeah.
Just the arrogance. The smug fucking arrogance.
Yep.
Like, arguing J.J. Watt on Twitter over the Kirby Joseph. Like, where the fuck? Like, you think you understand the game of football, specifically the defensive side of the game, more than a former defensive player of the year. A guy was up for MVP.
One of the greatest defensive players of all time.
Well, it's just dumb. I think they're pussies.
Yeah, they're definitely pussies.
Like, I tried being cool with the one guy who filmed his girlfriend getting fucking cucked at the Eagles game.
Yeah.
I forget his name, to be honest with you. I don't care about his name.
You tried to be cool with him?
I was cool with him before. Like he's part of the roundtable stuff with Dose of Dion. We would do some content together here and there.
Really?
But then he started the Kirby shit. I'm like, what are you fucking on right now?
Yeah, that guy's
There's
a bitch.
no factual shit to stand on with the Kirby Joseph dirty player. There's nothing to stand on.
Never suspended, never fined, never lost. You're just mad because Kirby picked off your
Had he been fined
lover.
once for that situation, sure. Had he been kicked out the game, anything like that.
Yeah.
It fucking hasn't happened.
Nope.
There is nothing to stand on. You are a fucking pussy bitch.
Yep.
To be sitting there like fucking calling for him to be kicked out the league and like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was
and
so
like
annoying.
after watching that happen to Calvin Johnson literally every single play.
Yeah.
Like we watched Calvin Johnson's knees get obliterated. A vast majority of it being from NFC North opponents because, he plays you guys twice every year. Go look at those highlights. Every single one of your safeties was diving headfirst into Calvin Johnson's knees.
Sorry for swearing
every
so
single
much.
time.
It just pisses me off, man.
No,
Like,
they're just bitches, dude. And they're just mad that we took their lunch money and we're not giving it back anytime soon. Like
they used to be in the
you
boys'
guys
club.
are dick now. You
They're
might
little bro.
have the worst quarterback in the division.
I had a 6th grade bully named Adam Barrientos. Shout out. Boys now, but.
Shout out.
When I first moved over to Fraser at school, he was like 6 foot in like 3rd grade. It made no sense.
Yeah.
But he used to bully me. And from where I was from, like, we don't bully, we fight.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay,
That's
like, we're doing this?
Yeah.
I turn around, punch him in the face, right in the nose, start crying. That's what the Packers are right now.
Yeah, I don't think
they don't know how to handle getting punched in the face because they're used to being the bullies. But
Yeah.
now the fucking new kids come to town.
Getting
Not
punching
taking
them,
shit.
repeatedly punching them in the face.
Dan Campbell told a real life story where he's looking around the ground in a fucking brawl and wanted to bite someone's Achilles. Like, that's who's in town now. That's who's in charge.
I don't think I had a bully. Does that make me the bully?
You were a bigger kid.
My brothers used to bully me. I think that's got out of my system there. My brothers used to kick the shit out of me.
Well, I was new to the school. It wasn't like he was bullying me every day. It was just fucking.
Yeah, but that's what it was. Like, if somebody comes up and talks shit
Where I
to
was
me,
from, you don't bully, you fight.
No, yeah.
So you tried the bullying thing. I got punched in the face.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Again, taking L's in life, doing that, living that way. But
I mean, don't talk shit unless you're ready to back it up.
Precisely. Precisely.
It's like if you're D-Mac, you could beat the fuck out of anybody you want. You can talk all the shit you want. Because you know you're not going to lose a fight.
Yeah. Or at least somebody wants to prove a point, they get the fight for it. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be free.
Flannel stood on business to D-Mac. That shit was crazy, bro.
That was nuts.
He was
He tested his game.
6 feet away from him and said, those cups aren't yours. I was like, oh my God.
He said, that's what he said.
Well, he's like, they're not as much yours as they are Lidstrom's and Fedorov's.
Like, you can't say shit like that. That
No,
makes no
it was
sense.
like in the one sport.
He scored the sealer.
Yeah, the one sport where role players have by far the biggest like production to their team, and the one role player who has like an insane amount of track record of clutch playoff performances, like that's just the wrong person to go at for
Seal the deal against the Flyers.
Yeah, he owns Patrick Waugh. Like 7 of his 15 playoff goals are against Patrick Waugh or something like that.
Yeah. Sorry getting worked up on that one against Packers fans or pussies.
Quay Walker, definitely a puss.
Certified puss.
Certified. I mean, he
Certified
plays for the
puss boy.
Packers. Like, I don't think
stanky ass puss boy.
I can't remember like a single Packers player that I actually like.
Puss ass boy, you ain't supposed to like them.
I like Jaden.
You liked Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't like Aaron.
You liked
Rodgers.
watching.
I
Aaron Rodgers.
respected Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I don't like Aaron.
I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but I liked watching
It's
Aaron
like the
Rodgers.
media hates him.
You know what?
But they love him to hate him.
I could appreciate
that
the way
argument?
Josh Jacobs ran the football last year. I'll say that.
I like Josh Jacobs before he was a Packer.
Yeah,
It
but
made me-
you could appreciate the guy's game. Like AP, fucking hated him.
Yeah.
Appreciate his game. Dave Montgomery before he came here, did not like him. I hate the Bears more than anything. Appreciate his game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just game recognized game.
Game recognized game. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk more Lions, but first, tell us about Ven Johnson, Nick.
Yeah, it's that topic that gave me a little anxiety.
If you've got a crisis, let Ven point the way. Step 1, verify with details and photos. Step 2, engage your attorney. Step 3, notify your insurance provider. Get justice with Ven Johnson Law.
The bats are hot, and the weather's getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. VenFights.com.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You get a hot leather, neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment. I got an appointment with Emma set up next week. It's that easy. You can either just walk in or you can call and make an appointment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome.
Listen, a lot of you in the chat confessing some love for rival team players. Saw Clay Matthews in there. Lots of Charles Woodson.
Well, Charles Woodson makes sense.
No, they all. I mean, listen. Again, I think you're allowed to respect somebody's game. If you like the sport of football and someone's out there fucking killing it, unless they're killing your team, you can be like, okay, that guy's pretty fun to watch play the game of football. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Skywalker, you have any players like that?
I'm trying to think. I like Devontae Adams a lot.
Did you?
think he's just a hard worker, so I appreciate his game. But outside of that, I hate the Bears. I can't stand them.
Fucking hate the Bears.
Vikings, I'm not like Nick. I can't really support them.
That's
JJ McCarthy.
I'd probably say
JJ McCarthy.
But I mean, he's not even there anymore, so.
Yeah, I remember my first year having season tickets, first game of the year, at least for the Lions, home game. I took one of my best friends at the time, Billy, like a fucking 40-year-old fry cook, because I was working at this restaurant at the time. But we were both diehard Lions fans, and we were fucking excited. They got Reggie Bush and all that shit like that. AP, like the first or second play of the game, just ripped the fucking 70-yarder. And I was like, okay, well.
I will
You
say
just got to appreciate some shit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, he's just so good.
There is one more. I never got to like watch him play, but Brett Favre was an absolute dog on that football field. I mean, he was like the original gunslinger. So like watching his highlights was cool, but I never got to watch him. Like,
no, I'm with you on that
live.
one. Brett Favre was a dog. All right, Spinny. I teased it in the beginning of the show. There's a topic on here that gave me some anxiety. Made me feel things I didn't want to feel. Pause. And it's this one that you asked, the Vikings defensive line versus Detroit's defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Whose would you rather have? And at first I'm thinking like, this is it's a pretty fair comparison. Like Aiden Hutchinson's a dog. Lee McNeil's gonna come back at some point. Like we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I forgot. These MFs in Minnesota went and signed Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen.
Yep.
Which are like guys you kind of want Lee McNeil to become. You know what I'm saying? Like they're there, doing it already.
Both like top 10 D tackles.
Top 10, yeah. The great defensive, like the really good defensive tackles. They got two of them.
Kind of old, but yeah.
They got Phillips at nose tackle.
Yep.
And then they signed Jonathan Gennard. I don't feel like people don't appreciate Jonathan Gennard. Back-to-back years, double-digit sacks in two different systems. And you already know how I feel about Van Ginkel.
Yeah.
I think Van Ginkel's an absolute dog when you put him on the line. And I got to be honest, too, Spinny, like, Dallas Turner wasn't what I thought he'd be last year. Rookie year, some injuries I read about. But still 3 sacks and limited snaps.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of impressive and kind of scary. I think, personally, if I'm just constructing a Super Bowl roster to go to war right now, if I had to pick one to go to, like, this is my team for the year, yeah, I think I might take the Vikings. And the reason why it gave me anxiety is I thought about our offensive line as well. And I'm looking at Javon Hargrave rushing from the inside. I'm looking at Jonathan Allen, one of the best rushing from the inside. And where's our question on the offensive line right now?
In the inside.
In the inside. Gave me lots of fucking anxiety. Still feeling good about the Lions, Detroit, and the season as a whole. But the Vikings are definitely going to be a little bit more of a challenge than I thought. I'm praying on JJ's downfall like no other after today.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy.
I understand. They made some great signings. You know, those were 2 good defensive tackles that they brought in. I did like the draft pick of Dallas Turner. Andrew Van Ginkel with 11.5
Can I sprinkle
sacks.
one more thing in there, too? Brian Flores is a dog.
Brian Flores is a dog. Brian Flores provides a lot of exotic blitzes to bring pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And yeah, it's tough when you look at it like that. And they have a lot of depth and they got a lot of pieces, but they don't have Aiden Hutchinson. So I'm taking the Detroit Lions because I believe Aiden Hutchinson is going to cement himself next year as a top 4 edge rusher in the NFL. I think last year, if he would have stayed healthy, he would have been the far and away choice for Defensive Player of the Year, and he would have been competing for the sack record. This guy is a generational talent, and truly meaning that, a generational talent. Like, there are not many people that have Aiden Hutchinson's. There are only 3 other teams in the NFL that can realistically say, hey, we've gotten Aiden. 4, I'll say 4 other teams in the NFL that could say, hey, we've gotten Aiden Hutchinson. So I'm taking that any day of the week because you can continue to draft pieces and put them out there and have them be good players. You can continue to put pieces on the other side of him, go out and get a Zadarius Smith, go out and get other players that will look exceedingly better because they are playing next to Aiden Hutchinson. So although the Vikings might have a better all-around unit when you look at it right now, but when Lee McNeil comes back, I think, and if Marcus Davenport could stay healthy, I think the Detroit Lions could argue that.
Yeah. Lots of questions, though.
A lot of questions, but one question isn't that Aiden Hutchinson is the best player on both of these units. And I think the gap between him and the second-place person on both of these units is big enough to say I'd rather take the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, it's the same way I did the Vikings wide receiver room yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, Justin Jefferson is probably the best wide receiver in the division. Jordan Addison's not that far off. The Lions were deeper. That's what's going on with the Minnesota Vikings defensive line in this situation. Like, they're coming in droves. And that's probably who I'd rather go to war with. Although I agree with you, Aiden Hutchinson. I don't think that is enough to overcome what they have as a unit. I'm biased. What you doing, Skywalker?
Same thing like I said yesterday about Justin Jefferson on the wide receiver core. Aiden Hutchinson is like he was going to be the MVP of the league. Not Defensive Player of the Year, MVP. You know, edge rusher is such an important piece on a defense, and I just think he just doesn't compare to anybody on the Vikings. And that's not to say that those aren't good players, but they are on the older side. They're getting older, and I value Aiden Hutchinson way more than Josh Allen or Jonathan Allen or any of those guys.
Nick's got to save face. He's going Lions for sure.
Not a fucking chance, dude. I mean, what did I want this team to do in the offseason? Upgrade their defensive line. What did they do? They drafted Tyreek Williams in the first round. That is what they did for the defensive line to upgrade it.
Yeah.
When it talks to significant pieces, obviously they bring in the depth piece at defensive tackle as well. I'm going with the Vikings.
Yeah.
For sure. I thought they upgraded the way I wanted to see the Lions kind of go about it.
Yeah.
And to go along with Grenard and Van Ginkel, yeah, that is scary to look at. If specifically Hargrave goes back into his form that he was at not last season but the year before when he had 10-plus sacks.
Yeah.
Or 7 sacks and 11 the year before.
18 quarterback hits.
Like, you're looking at, like, absolute game wreckers to pair with these elite defensive ends when it comes to in Brian Flores' scheme. Like, maybe they're not elite on their own, but in the scheme that they are blitzing in and doing all their, like, weird looks, when he's bringing pressure from different spots, yeah, I think that the Vikings right now have a better defensive line. I don't think that's like crazy to say. I get the Aiden Hutchinson point of view. I get the Hutchinson point of view. He's the best player out of everybody. When healthy and it's not close, but 3 or 4 of their guys, like, that's when you, it's the Vikings.
Last year, Van Ginkel, let me make sure I'm right on this. Actually, 12 sacks. Is that right?
11.5, I think. But
yeah,
were you looking at PFF?
PFF 12. Yeah, because they don't have sacks. So PFF 12 sacks. Grenard 11 sacks. 2 years ago when Hargrave was healthy, 7 sacks. And then you got Jonathan Allen, get after 2. I got to go Vikings as a unit. But again, I get the Aiden Hutchinson stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, big-time players, big-time plays, and he's definitely going to deliver. I'm not saying we got a bad defensive line at all. A lot more questions, though. And I'll be honest, like, some may even be creeping up on Aleem, like, because he's the second time he's been hurt now, too.
Yeah.
But we do got Tyreek, who's supposed to be Aleem 2.0. But
if we had Dallas Turner, we would be hyping him the fuck up this season. Coming off of an injury, former top, what was it, 15 pick, 20 pick?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he slid more than I thought he was going to. But, yeah, I mean, I loved him coming out of Alabama.
Yeah.
If we had him coming into year 2,
3
we would
sacks
hype
and limited
him up
snaps.
like crazy if he was a Detroit Lion.
Because he'd be opposite of Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
That'd be a big part of it, too.
Yeah.
But he's got good guys to be opposite of him.
Yeah.
Like, they and again, I think Brian Flores is the piece that like sprinkles on top. Separate from the conversation of like what defensive line you rather have, just as a Lions fan, knowing our questions on offense going into this year.
That's what made you nervous?
Yeah, it gave me a little anxiety on the season. Like, oh, fuck. Because if JJ can put it together, we know Kevin O'Connell's like one of the best coaches in the National Football League. And gave me a little bit of anxiety. I was like, maybe we don't have this thing locked up. It could be like last year, where it comes down to it. But again, we got to see what JJ is.
Hopefully he's shit.
JJ McCarthy.
Especially because they're
I question praying for. I don't like praying for bad things, but like I might pray for something like that. Like I'm like, geez.
Like I said, we banked enough injury bad luck to like use it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I never do that. My
it.
whole team got injured last year.
Do it.
No.
See, it's the girls to do.
Still feels dirty.
We're like -1 right now. We get a freebie to get back to 0.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll hold on to it.
Yeah. Like in a time of need.
Yeah.
Like Pascal said,
break your
game 6 prayer.
yeah. Use Pascal. Like, dude, I still don't like that shit.
No, that's definitely weird.
I'm glad they lost.
In the prayer circles, wild, because it worked.
Yeah, but no, the Vikings, their defense is the secondary is ass, but their front seven is going to be pretty fucking good next year.
And then all those secondaries kind of ass again. Brian Flores pieced it together fairly well. Like
Ivan Pace is going to be playing safety or something, or Metellus is going to be playing safety. Yeah,
they still got old man Harrison Smith out there.
Yep.
The Hitman.
Metellus, way better pro than he was in college.
Byron Murphy, was he all pro or just Pro Bowl?
I think he was just Pro Bowler.
Solid season.
Yeah.
Great choreographer, too.
Great choreographer.
Got to give it to him. The High School Musical one was gas. But fuck them. Especially they start winning.
Damn, they got Jeff Okuda.
Oh, we're cooked.
Oh, shit.
It's a wrap, son. Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, not really.
They got it for what, a 7th round pick
Jeff
or
Okuda
something?
being a backup on the Vikings.
His career is interesting, I should say.
He's turd.
For sure, turd.
Nice guy, though.
Yeah.
Not a turd in real life. He was cool when we interviewed him. He's a turd in the NFL, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Chat, let me know. Am I tripping? The Vikings defensive line, knowing our weakness, got you tripping a little bit. Does it got you tripping a little bit? I mean,
I want to see what's the chat poll looking like. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely Lions. I already know what the chat poll's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how these guys rock. Jared Goff's fucking best quarterback in the league, these guys.
Yeah. The Vikings.
Lions.
The Vikings front seven should definitely scare people, but, like, you run the ball. That's how you eliminate pressure on your quarterback. So, not too worried about it.
Nah, nice. All right, let's go to break, come back, more Detroit Lions stuff. Read some of your guys' comments as well. But Feist.
Let me tell you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs are in stores now. Go to getmadpacks.com to find all the dispensaries they're in. They got the Blizzard Pack THCA Moon Rocks, the High-Low infused pre-rolls, regular weed too. I just saw them. They had some, it looked like cherry cough that they were showing on their Instagram. It looked pretty good. They've also got the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. These things are absolute kill switches. A couple hits, you'll be good. I'm telling you, Mad Packs has got that good shit. So tap in with them at getmadpacks.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Tired of losing out on the car of your dreams? Bad credit? No credit? At the Feldman Chevrolet Freedom Sale, we say yes. Over 5,000 new Chevys to choose from, all priced to move with our best deals of the year. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $149 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for only $209 a month. When other dealers say no, Feldman Chevrolet says yes. Don't miss the Freedom Sale, going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. He's joined by Spimo Rex,
What up, though?
Skywalker, Nicholas Kohloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We kind of talking about it over the break. Like, I hate each NFC North fan base, but for different reasons.
Reasons.
Packers are smug, arrogant.
Little bitches.
Vikings are just pussies.
Pussies, dude. Such
biggest
pussies.
pussies.
And
then
fuck
Bears.
pillows.
Yeah, pillow fuckers. You know?
Known pillow fuckers.
Could have related when I was 7. Not anymore.
Yeah, no. Just go.
Shy how loot is loose.
Go get some ass, dude.
Number 3, Bears. It's delusional dumb fucks.
Bears are just stupid.
If you're going to pick any team, like every year, any fan base is destined for heartbreak, it's the Bears. 'Cause they think just doing the fucking Super Bowl every year.
Remember when we won the Super Bowl like 40 years ago, dude?
Like, I'm about to start bragging about the 1957 Lions.
Yeah.
You know, like,
might as well.
We won the fucking Super Bowl. It's got rebranded to the Super Bowl. We won the NFL championship. It's got rebranded.
Yeah.
We were fucking 4-time.
4-time.
4-time league champs.
Yeah.
All right.
But the Bears can do it.
We got rebranded Super Bowl, so we didn't win one. Fuck that.
Fuck you.
4 times we won that motherfucker. Seriously. If they could brag about the fucking Bears,
you shouldn't be able to brag about the things that you didn't see when you were alive.
Yes. Like, shut the fuck up unless you saw.
Like, I don't talk about all of the, World Series titles that the Tigers have. I don't talk about how the Tigers are a championship-winning organization all the time because I didn't see it. I'll talk about it with the Pistons. I'll talk about it with the Red Wings.
Yeah.
But not the Tigers and definitely not the Lions, obviously. But
Nick, you were that version of a Michigan fan up until a couple years ago. All those Colgate College wins.
All those Colgate College wins?
Yeah.
I'm actually super excited for college football. Bryce
Me
Underwood
too.
season. I feel like we can't
Michigan
really
State's
talk
got a
about
pretty
too
good
much.
recruiting in the past month.
Michigan State's
Michigan's
dog
good
in
now,
Michigan.
too. Yeah.
Did you turn the music up, or is that my headphones?
I think it's Nick leaning into the soundboard.
Fat
Kid,
ass.
This
No,
is his fucking boner talking about Bryce Underwood pushing the soundboard.
Came out real quick.
No, Michigan State has had a good couple months in the recruiting cycle. Shout out, we might have some inside information, even though we really haven't talked about it. We'll start doing segments like that. We literally, We got
It's gonna be that time of year.
Tell the people your credentials, Skywalker.
I am part of the Michigan State recruiting department for the football team, so I kind of get to watch. I get to watch practices and kind of just see all the recruiting stuff.
You guys,
going
dude,
on.
I know we've had a lot of good interns, and
Yeah.
like we churn them out. This is an intern Hall of Fame right there. I didn't know that. I knew he went to Michigan State. I didn't know
that? You didn't tell anybody that.
He did not tell me that.
He said he told you.
No, he did not tell me that.
Didn't Nick?
I told Spetty the very first day.
Oh shit!
Very first
I must have been
day.
getting the massage, just not
Bad
paying
listener,
attention
dude.
or something. But yeah, I'm trying. I told him I was a Skywalker. You gotta give me some tickets, bro. I haven't been to East Lansing in a couple years.
Yes, sir.
Get back out there. But yeah, Michigan State's had a good month and a half. They've gotten a lot of very good recruits, a lot of 4 stars. So you like to see that. Michigan State's offense is going to be pretty fun to watch next year. Like they got a lot of guys that get down the field, a lot of guys that average like 17 plus yards per
Nick
reception.
Nick Marsh is going for 2K this year.
Nick Marsh
Biggest recruit in history.
Nick Marsh is a
Michigan
stud.
State keeping him.
And yeah, that was the best transfer portal win last year was
Michigan
keeping
tried.
Nick Marsh.
For sure.
And yeah, Nick Marsh is, I think he's
best
top
wideout.
5 wide receiver in the country. And then you look at the 2 guys they got, both in the transfer portal, both averaged over 17 yards of reception last year. So you got some guys that run down the field. And it's literally on Aiden Childs. Like if the Michigan State Spartans want to get to a bowl game, which is absolutely the bare minimum of what they need to do, it's on Aiden Childs. He won us a couple games last year, also lost us a couple games last year. So I expect growth from him. And it was the decision-making, which was the bad part. It wasn't the raw athleticism. It was just he looked like a young quarterback out there. So he can't do that again next year.
It's my duty to save the program.
Yeah.
Our program, Woodward Heavyweights.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Relax.
My bad.
Win some games.
I
first,
love college football.
You sick fucks.
It's going to be the same exact way that Childs was last year for Underwood this year for Michigan. They got second game at Norman, Oklahoma. So we'll see how Bryce Underwood, a freshman, can do at Oklahoma, SEC territory now.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
We'll see how it goes.
It's going to be a lot better for Aiden Childs now that his offensive line is going to be healthier.
I say
and
you guys need some big heavy.
Got some improvement on the offensive line in the transfer portal as well. So we got a bunch of Samoan dudes and Islander guys in the transfer portal.
That's a Michigan State staple.
You need some guys
you need
like
a couple
that.
Samoans
some
there.
tribal
Yeah.
cats on this. Yeah. So I like that too. Got some beef on both sides of the ball. But like I
tribal
said,
cats on the
it's on
sideline.
Aiden Childs. It all breaks that you're making almost $1 million a year. You got to go out there and you got to win games, and I think you will. I have good expectations for them. I think they're going to be They're going to be in a bowl game next year, so I'll be happy with that.
Childs finally has a supporting cast, so this is his year to be good.
Yep.
There's so much pressure on
What's
him.
the supporting cast? What are the specific upgrades?
The offensive line
Yeah.
has just gotten so much better. We got a couple 3-4 stars that we just got on. I can't remember specifically names.
Guys are going to play this year though, getting started.
I mean, they should.
Yeah.
I don't know what the starting roster is going to look like yet,
yeah.
but I mean,
The
he finally has an
expectation,
offensive line.
Okay.
So get the pressure off him.
Yep. And like I said, you added 2 veteran, 2 junior wide receivers that are both big play guys. So
Supremacy says he has a feeling Underwood won't be starting right away.
Underwood's going to be ass.
Supremacy's going to say that. Are you kidding me? You read that out loud? Your best friend?
Their center, their right guard, and their right tackle are all junior and senior transfers. And then obviously,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they got 2 wide receivers that are both a junior and a senior, and like I said, they're both burners. Like they get down the field.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Nick Marsh is enough to be honest with you. In college football, you can have one dominant.
yeah, and
guy.
you got Jack Velling coming back, which he was supposed to be
An
hot
insane
shit.
tight end.
Yeah,
I mean, he had an okay season.
Yeah, he
but
did.
He'll
He
be
has a
good.
couple decent running backs too.
Yep. They should. Like I said, the offense is going to. The defense, we'll have to see. But the offense should be fun to watch next year.
Fucking better.
Michigan's going to be shit. Doesn't matter.
I expect.
Okay, Skywalker, welcome to the show. Let's do this shit. Let's go, baby. Hoo, hoo, hoo. All right, Bryce Underwood, 10 touchdowns, 0 picks
against
State.
Smoking
I think
crack.
for Michigan State's defense to be good next year, or to be good next year, it's going to be a lot on Jalen Thompson and a lot on Jordan Hall. Darius Snow is coming back too, which will help. Obviously, he was injured last year, which hurt, but Jordan Hall and Jalen Thompson are your best athletes. Those are 2 guys that are if people are going to play Sundays on this defense, it's going to be those 2 guys. So hopefully they can cause some havoc next year.
And Michigan would have been good last season if they just had a quarterback. They literally had the worst starting quarterbacks of all time. Now you bring in the #1 recruit. Obviously, a ton of pressure on his plate.
Also lost 4 first-round picks from that team.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, offensively for sure. Like they with Colson Love. Yeah,
or was it 4?
I don't know. A lot of defensive stars too. You guys lost a lot.
Okay, but
I think the expectation for Michigan fans.
Your front seven's not going to look. The recruiting is good. They did replace.
Great. Yeah. All right, front seven. They got some of the best linebackers in America who didn't go anywhere.
Who?
In Barham and Hausman, and then they still got Derek Moore coming off the edge, who was a highly touted top 50 prospect at the time. His time to come in and shine now. I think they'll be just fine defensively, and to me, it's all about the turnovers for Underwood.
Yeah.
The same way I talked about it.
Yeah.
I think if he can control the ball, his running game alone is going to add a lot, I believe, in the RPO.
Beyond that, though, I think Sharon Moore's got a lot to prove as well as a play caller.
Yeah.
Especially with a quarterback of that caliber. Because, like, are you going to stay boring, and then try to mix it up and go over the top and do a little too much? Like, I never liked Sharon Moore as an offense coordinator.
He'll be out of there in a couple of years.
We talked about
I
it.
think so too.
With,
kind of ass.
We talked about it on BDE, like with Michigan's schedule and the team that they have right now, like 2 or 3 losses, excuse me, it's hard to come by like 4 losses on Michigan's schedule right now.
I feel like Sharon Moore's playbook is like 17 plays deep.
I feel like if you got Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall, 2 top 50 running backs at the time when they came out, 2 extremely talented guys, like you're talking borderline 5-star guys, to go with Bryce Underwood, that will be elite, where their quarterbacks couldn't make shit for throws last season. If Bryce Underwood can drop it in the,
Drop that dick on.
Drop it in the bread basket.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're gonna be just fine.
There's a lot to prove for different reasons. Like Michigan's trying to get back to the playoffs. Michigan State, we're just trying to make a fucking bowl game, dude. Like, I can't go 3 years without a bowl game.
I'm just trying to make the NCAA poster.
I would go to the fucking Motor City Bowl or whatever, the Rocket, whatever it is. If Michigan State's in there, I'll be there tomorrow. Me and Sean talked about possibly making a trip if they get to the Duke's Mayo Bowl. That would be fucking cool. So, yeah, Michigan State.
Who has more touchdowns next year?
Bryce
Underwood or Aiden Childs?
Aiden Childs.
100% Aiden Childs.
The offense, it's going to be, they're going to throw the ball a lot.
Nicholas Kohloff. You guys got some dog receivers too, though, didn't you?
We got a couple guys in the transfer portal. No big names that I wanted to go for, but
got a good freshman.
Yeah, we'll see. That's tough because, do I want Bryce Underwood throwing a bunch when we are in the red zone, or should we just hand it to 2 of the top running backs or Bryce Underwood? I would rather rush with him. If you're talking passing touchdowns, I don't know. I'm probably taking Childs as well, but
Bryce Underwood is extremely efficient as a passer in high school.
Bryce Underwood is
ridiculous.
Bryce Underwood scares me. He is a scary prospect for sure. But I think, like I said, with the way Michigan State's offense is going to look next year and Aiden Childs being more comfortable, they're going to be throwing the ball down the field a lot. They got 3 deep threats, 3 good wide receivers out there, and a good tight end. So they're going to be slinging that thing around the field.
Let's also not forget best kicker in the country, Dominic Zavada.
Okay. All right.
Showed up at Columbus, Ohio, and took over the game. He did. Come on, let's remember that.
All right, let's go to break.
I tried to save the show. We're fucking talking college kicker deep.
Bleeding viewers talking about Michigan's kicker.
If we're going to say it in June, I might as well say it. Game-winning field goal in East Lansing this season. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Bryce Underwood,
47.
game-losing pick 6. All right, tell us about Caesars. If you want to bet on Bryce Underwood throwing a pick 6 against Michigan State, you do it at Caesars.
Winning the Heisman is a freshman.
Guys, scan the QR code to go above my head or go to CaesarsSportsbook.com. Dial it in, put in your money, and use promo code Woodward1000 on your first deposit, and you get back up to $1,000 in your bonus bets if that bet loses. Caesar Sportsbook, scan the QR code Woodward1000 as your code word. Get $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet loses.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 29th at the Old Miami in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ben Johnson.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
Detroit sports fan, Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights, from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak. Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Belegian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media, X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. That's Woodward Sports on all platforms. Go support us and give us a subscription, a like, a follow, anything you got.
Shout out Skywalker, holding it down today.
God damn, man. Really,
if you didn't already have a cool job in Michigan State recruiting, I would say Chris is fired.
You're living one hell of a life, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking over Chris's job.
We hardly knew him.
We hardly knew ye. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. Easy joined by Spinmo Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. Young Chris is not here, actually. Skywalker in the building.
Almost immediately.
Rip.
Come on.
All right. Spinny got in here. Head coach power rankings in the NFC North. This was like the most obvious one to do.
I think so, yeah.
Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell,
Yeah.
Matty McFuckberry, and Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I've seen rankings where Matt LaFleur is up there.
I wouldn't mind putting Matt.
understand.
I wouldn't mind if somebody put Matt LaFleur over Kevin O'Connell.
No way.
He's won playoff games. Kevin O'Connell hasn't won a playoff game.
That's fair, but Kevin O'Connell hasn't had like a fucking quarterback.
So he's had better teams.
Like Matt LaFleur, when he's winning, I actually did win one with Jordan
The
Love.
Vikings last year were better than the Packers have been with Jordan Love. The Vikings team last year was more talented than what the Packers have been with Jordan Love.
He made Sam Darnold the MVP candidate.
I mean, but then they choked, and like I said, I guess I've seen them both break down a lot. Because I was going to say, like, we saw Kevin
They took
O'Connell
him to Pound Town. The Packers only won one division game last year. It was against the Bears.
Yeah, I'm not mad, but playoff success is important, and Kevin O'Connell has yet to win a playoff game.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell for me. I think Kevin O'Connell is like a phenomenal coach. Shit, one can argue that Matt LaFleur is a phenomenal coach, but Dan Campbell just is a kryptonite of both of them. You're winning records against both guys.
Yeah.
Like and like Kevin O'Connell is one of the most surprising because like again doing what he did with Sam Darnold of all people. No disrespect to Sam Darnold, I get like talent.
Yeah, he's kind of a turd.
But like to go against Dan Campbell and saw what you saw against in Week 17, like see what happened there.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dan Campbell, but he's done that to Matt LaFleur as well.
Exactly. He's their kryptonite.
He does it to both. He does it to everybody.
I'd say Matt LaFleur puts up more of a fight than O'Connell, which is...
I'd say Eberflus puts up a better fight than either of them.
Yeah, because of defense. I mean, they Jared Goff's, you know, it's the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And they got a bunch of good guys to play zone. Brisker, Edmonds, TJ Edwards. I ain't worried about the fucking Bears, though. I ain't sweating them boys. Ben Johnson got a lot to prove. I mean, is anybody ranking Matt LaFleur over Kevin O'Connell?
I mean, the only argument is like Kevin O'Connell has really only had like one good season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's had a couple.
Yeah, but
he won the division 2 years ago.
I feel like, the Packers have been better, I feel like, for
Have
a
they?
longer time.
In his tenure?
They beat the Cowboys. Let's not forget it, fellas. The Cowboys
cupcake
continuously
Cowboys, too.
choke every season. I don't know if I can give LaFleur all the credit
Who did the
for.
Vikings lose to? Was it the
Vikings
Cowboys?
they lost to the Giants.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
even worse.
But I will say this though.
Fuck!
The Danny Dimes Giants. Like, not even Tommy DeVito.
That's awesome.
They got Danny Dimes paid. Kevin O'Connell got Danny Dimes paid.
For real.
I will say though, I think Brian Dowd was a pretty good coach too though.
left because of it.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles got his shit.
Maybe that's just more credit to Kevin O'Connell as a quarterback guru. He got Sam Darnold and Danny Dimes paid.
Yeah.
He's the reason Danny Dimes got that contract. Was literally what he did against the Vikings. That everybody's like,
wasn't a year that
okay,
year, was he?
maybe he's got it. It was that year.
That was 2022.
He signed the deal after that game.
Brian Flores?
No.
Danny Dimes. Yeah,
Danny
yeah.
Dimes,
But I'm
yeah.
saying was Brian Flores there when Danny Dimes
Don't care. Kevin
took
O'Connell
him
was
to
there
Pound
for
Town.
both of them. Dependent variable.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. Because that'll be the shocker for me. Let me see. He came there in
Matthew
2023, so
McFuck
after.
there.
What'd you say?
I don't know. Reading the chat.
I think I'm taking Kevin O'Connell over Matt LaFleur. I don't know, dude. Matt LaFleur dressed up Malik Willis pretty well last year too.
Yeah.
Put a little bow tie and went 2-0 with him.
That's what I'm saying. I think winning with Malik Willis is more impressive than winning with Sam Darnold.
He did won with Pasternak too.
Yeah,
Beat the 49ers.
I would still take Pasternak over Malik Willis. Malik Willis was undefeated for the Packers.
I think I don't know. I'm not even trying to have that debate. I don't even fucking know.
You know who Neil and Stick would take?
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Big Malik Willis, guys. I can play tapes if you like. Hit the like button. I'll do it. I also play Neil saying you're scared of black people.
That is true. He did say that. He said they're unsettling.
Wait, so you got LaFleur then over O'Connell?
It's kind of a toss. It doesn't fucking matter because Dan Campbell owns both of their sorry-ass franchises. But I'd probably put LaFleur at 2.
Nick?
Are you guys pissed we never got matched up with either of these teams in the playoffs?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I was pissed that the Packers didn't win San Fran.
I don't want any division
years
smoke
back.
in the playoffs.
I do. We dominate our division.
It's just hard to beat a team 3 times. Amon-Ra was fucking stapling that in. Hearing him saying it is what made me like a little bit more nervous about it.
Don't care.
I guess I wouldn't mind the
No.
Packers last year.
No.
We smacked them.
Don't care.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we did abuse the Packers last year. I mean, everybody did. Like you said, they only won 1 division game.
After Thanksgiving, yeah,
Way
we
overrated.
needed our lick back.
We're on to bigger and better things. Like, beating the Packers or the Vikings, like,
Still feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Still feels good.
Still
an
feels
NFC
good.
North
And you
round.
got to do it.
Yeah,
But, like,
you got to.
Got to do it.
I don't know, I'd
But
rather
yeah,
be-
you're right. We're on bigger fish to fry. Now it just feels like a given. Like we see that we're playing the Packers week
You
2.
know I like my division
That's a
Friday.
dub.
Cold beer on a Friday night.
And that is part of the JT Olson says he'd take Kevin O'Connell over Dan Campbell for some reason. But he also said he'd take Xavier McKinney over Kirby Joseph for an inexplainable reason.
I think Kevin O'Connell's a phenomenal coach, but like there's differences, right? There's play caller coaches and there's like leader of men coaches. And I think we've learned in that matchup, although Dan Campbell had a play caller in his back pocket with Ben Johnson, the leader of men took advantage of it.
Kevin O'Connell tried to coach like Dan Campbell to beat Dan Campbell, and he couldn't.
Got destroyed.
He lost because he
blown
was
out.
trying to act like Dan Campbell. Kevin O'Connell, is he a better play caller than Dan Campbell? Yeah, probably. But Dan Campbell's a better head coach.
Yeah, I got to say Kevin O'Connell's probably a good X and O guy. Probably would say he's better X and O. He's more evidence of it, I guess. It's just,
Yeah, he's.
you know.
If you say who's a better play caller, I'd say Dan Campbell's 4th in the division. But when you look at head coach, there's more that goes into being a head coach than just calling plays.
Correct.
Obviously, because Dan Campbell is consistently beating Matt LaFleur and Kevin O'Connell, who are both probably better play
Also, the
callers than him.
situation Dan Campbell stepped into, like you're talking about one of the worst, and I hate to say it about my own team. I love this team my whole entire life. I'm wearing the hat right now. One of the worst franchises in sports.
Yeah.
To come in and turn around that culture. Like, he was a part of it. 0-16 team. Dan Campbell was on there. I got a football sign with his name on it.
Mm-hmm.
He was on that team. What he's done as a head coach, he's the better head coach, without doubt.
I got one for you guys, John Harbaugh or Dan Campbell? John Harbaugh. He's won a Super Bowl. And it's not like it's not like Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl and now he's ass. Like he's been consistently one of the best coaches in the league for a very long time.
He literally lent Jim a fucking coordinator and Mike McDonald.
Then took him back.
Yeah.
Jesse Mentor.
And then Jesse
twice.
Minter as well. Yeah, like he's nice like that.
He did it twice.
PFF ranked their top 10 head coaches. Where do you think Dan Campbell landed?
3.
6.
Skywalker.
Probably go like 5.
9.
Dude, PFF's a fucking joke.
Let me see who wrote this thing real quick.
See if it's your guy.
Oh my God, saying that sucks every time. Dalton Weiserman.
This
guy's got to be a fucking.
This guy Dalton's got to be AI.
Nick, can you look up and see who the fuck this guy's from? WASSERMAN. Get his address. Put it on
Who
there.
Who does he have above him?
Okay.
One sec. Dalton
Weiserman.
How
WASSERMAN.
PFF analysts need to start taking like
PFF
IQ
sucks,
tests.
dude. They suck.
They do
like
suck.
bad. Like I said, they've
gone
jumped the
downhill
shark
big time.
Big time.
At least with these lists. All right, hold on. So like whatever, I might respect the product in terms of like what they're doing, putting the work in. These lists are fucking clickbaity. I mean, that's what they are.
That's what they are.
It's rage bait.
Because a lot of their
that's
lists,
what gets views.
a lot of their lists are contrary to what their own stats say on their website.
Literally. All right, who do you think is number 1?
Andy Reid. Gotta be.
Sean McVay.
Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Kind of a Mahomes merchant.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, a little bit.
Still
Like, he's
very good
still a
coach.
very good coach.
Yeah.
He was one of the best coaches. To
I've been
not win a
saying
Super
it. What the
Bowl.
fuck did he do before Mahomes?
He got to the Super
went to
Bowl
one
with the
with
Eagles. Yeah.
He was offensive coordinator from Favre, won a couple.
Yeah. So like good, but
Yeah. Number 2 is actually like, where's he from? You got it? No, it's all right.
I'm
Number 2.
formulating my plot.
Childhood home type shit.
formulating
Number
my
2
plot.
would surprise me a lot.
Surprise you.
Surprised me a lot, which I guess I'm kind of okay, given the entire track
Sean
record.
Payton.
Yeah.
Really?
The second best head coach in the National Football League.
Where's Todd Bowles?
Do we agree?
No. He had a great coaching performance last year.
Todd Bowles not in there.
But I'm
He's
not
from
putting
Tampa.
him ahead of Sean McVay or
Area.
The Dolphins put 70 on his head.
Yeah, the
2
Dolphins
seasons ago.
did put 70 on him.
On Sean Payton?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they put
Oh, yeah, you're right.
70 or 80
2
on
years
the
ago, right?
Broncos,
Yeah.
Sean McVay's a very good head coach.
But he got his shit. I mean, Dan Campbell's bad year 1.
I'm not mad
He got
at
situated.
it. Really, I'm not. But I don't know if I'd put Sean McVay over.
He did do what he did last year, the rookie.
Yeah.
That defense was really good when he went in there, though, too.
The defense is already good.
And he had 70 put on that defense.
Like I said, I don't know if I'd take Sean McVay over
Sean
Payton or Kyle Shanahan. Like, I know he's got the ring, but Kyle Shanahan, like we talked, he's probably the best head coach to not win a ring.
I'm with you on that one. I'm surprised where he's on this list. Who do you think is number 3?
Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over Kyle Shanahan.
I'm not mad at that, even though Shanahan owns McVay.
That's the fucking Stafford difference right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like,
If Shanahan had Stafford, he'd win 2 Super Bowls.
Shanahan made O'Connell. Shanahan made my man in Miami, McDaniel.
Yeah.
All these mix. And then Shanahan made McVay. Like, it's the Shanahan coaching tree.
Yeah.
He got the fucking quarterback, and now he's ranked over him.
Yeah.
Because he used to whoop his ass until he got Stafford.
And the defensive coordinators that he's pumped out, too.
Yeah. Sean McVay
D'Amico
number
Ryans,
3.
Rob Saleh. Like,
do we have beef with that? Sean McVay be number 3.
No.
I
No.
know.
I don't have beef with that. Sean McVay's really good.
Number 4 is John Harbaugh.
Should be higher, in my opinion.
John Harbaugh, number 4?
John Harbaugh, number 4. Harbaugh perpetually has Baltimore contending for championships, but has not won a Super Bowl since 2012. The Ravens have endured only 2 losing seasons since he took over in 2008. Damn, he's been there a long time. Almost 20 years. That's crazy. Baltimore's consistency is incredibly impressive, considering the team hasn't lost a game by more than 1 score since Week 18 in 2022. A consistent contest in which their starters didn't even play. Damn, that's the Week 18 in 2022 he's talking about.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I think John Harbaugh, he's top 5. I don't know if I'd put John Harbaugh over Kyle Shanahan.
Holy
I think
shit, yeah,
if
this
you,
list is worse.
If you gave Kyle Shanahan Lamar Jackson, I think he'd have a couple Super Bowls. Like, he got there with Jimmy Garoppolo, dude.
And Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
And Brock Purdy. Yeah, I
think Brock Purdy was the fucking, he was exposed a little bit last year because without all the super weapons, kind of mid.
And remember, every time, like Christian McCaffrey, obviously one of the best, if not the best running backs in football when healthy, every guy they'd bring in when he was hurt was performing at that level. Like, it's just his system works.
Mm-hmm.
And having, we
thought Matthew Brio was a fucking reliable
Breida,
fucking
Wilson, yeah, all those
Mason
guys.
last year.
Yeah,
he's phenomenal.
Game pushed back.
Yeah, figured.
Tigers game postponed. Nick might make it. Well, he's definitely making it now. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's actually super hype, boys.
Yeah.
Wow. I needed a W
See,
today.
good things work out when you show up to fucking work.
All right. I needed a W.
Yeah, right, you want to take a quick break, come back to this list?
Scoop start, too.
Yes.
Can we pump up the rest of the list right now, or go to break
Scoop
first?
Start to come here, that shows your honor.
Amen. Yeah, let's come back to the list.
Let's come back to the list.
All
Yeah,
right.
because
show me the rest of this
I don't
list.
think, like, rationally.
Show me your list, bitch.
I don't think rationally somebody
out.
could tell
Pull
me
out
that
those
Kyle Shanahan
lists.
isn't a top 5 coach in the NFL. Like, you can't look at me and convince me that Kyle Shanahan isn't a top 5 coach in the NFL. The only argument you have is no Super Bowls, but like.
Should I try to get Dalton on the show and just fucking jump him?
Dove?
People says you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, this people says you're wrong. This is a list from Dove.
No,
Dalton.
Dalton
No,
Weiserman.
I don't want
Weiserman.
Dalton on the show.
Just want to jump him. Just one good time.
I got his, he was nationally ranked 10,434 as a junior in high school.
For football?
Yes.
What position?
Kicker.
Quarterback.
Pussy. I hate quarterbacks my whole life. Better than me. Defensive tackle here. Tell us about merch, though.
Merch.
If you guys are looking for some swaggy new Detroit sports merch, make sure to check out shop.woodwardsports.com. Go press the shop button. We got everything you need. We got tees, hoodies, hats, every team, Tigers, Red Wings, Lions, anything you need to turn heads. Again, that's shopwoodwardsports.com. Click shop.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Buddy's Pizzeria. The original Detroit-style pizza around since 1946. You are not a business in 2025 since 1946 unless you're doing things right. That's
a good
exactly
point.
what Butter Pizza does. The originator of the Detroit-style pizza. Get 10% off your order with promo code 10mil. That's not a first-time thing anyway. That's an all-time thing. I'm putting you on game right now. Promo code 10mil. All right, now back to another shitty-ass list from PFF. And this time, we're not even bitching about Lions. We're bitching about just, like, respect. Because at number 5, he has Mike Tomlin. Is he tripping?
Consistently mid.
No, yeah. Mike Tomlin, consistently mid for sure. But he's always good. I wouldn't say mid. I would say he's always good because I think you have to be better than mid to make the playoffs, and he's never not made the playoffs. He's obviously cashed in the Super Bowl. He's had a lot of top-tier players to work with, Hall of Fame type talent.
He's inherited.
Again, I wouldn't put Mike Tomlin over Kyle Shanahan.
I wouldn't either. Despite recent criticism about lack of playoff success, Mike Tomlin still finds a way to squeeze every ounce of execution out of his teams. He still has yet to go through a losing campaign across 18 seasons as Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. That's true because Shanahan did just have that. Though there have certainly been close calls, making the postseason 2024 despite a turbulent quarterback situation is an impressive feat. Was it last year or 2 years ago they only got in because the Ravens sat their starters the last game of the year? I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It might have been last year.
Yeah.
Either way, Mike Tomlin, number 5. Number 6, starting to get a little crazier here. IMO, in my opinion. Any guesses?
It's starting to get crazy?
Getting crazier.
Kevin O'Connell.
No. Skywalker?
I don't know.
I'm
McDaniel.
going off the board here.
You're going to guess, I already know.
Ben Johnson?
No, that'd be...
Okay, I thought you were like, okay.
Jim Harbaugh.
LaFleur.
Jim Harbaugh, number 6. Again, over. So you have another guy who... Because you could argue that Shanahan's never won it. Jim Harbaugh's never won it.
He hasn't either.
And Shanahan's been there multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you could put Jim Harbaugh over Kyle Shanahan. Again, I'm not mad about Jim Harbaugh being in there, but I don't think you could put any of these guys over Kyle Shanahan. Except for Andy Reid, Sean McVay. That's kind of it.
Shanahan came in at number 7. It says Shanahan is still one of the game's greatest offensive minds and best head coaches. After appearing in their second Super Bowl in 5 seasons, in 2023, the 49ers took a big step back. What does he mean? Oh. I was confused by the wording of that. I think he missed a period there.
Yeah.
However, they started 5-4 before losing 7 of the final 8 games. Those shortcomings came about more due to injuries to star players and lack of run defense.
Yep.
Than anything in Shanahan's control. So why did you rank him 7?
No, it doesn't make sense.
All right. Number 8, Nick Sirianni. Number 9, Dan Campbell. Kevin O'Connell not on the list. Number 10 is Kevin Stefanski.
Okay.
I would take O'Connell over Stefanski.
I'm taking O'Connell over Stefanski too.
Bad list. Awful list.
Bad list. Not a good list. Nick Sirianni over Dan Campbell. I mean, I can't say they're wrong, but I think that Dan Campbell would have won the Super Bowl if he was the head coach of the Eagles last year too. Like, I don't give a lot of credit to Nick Sirianni for that Super Bowl win, even though he did do a good job of kind of mending a broken locker room. Like, remember all the parts the Eagles 2 years ago? It was him and Jalen Hurts hate each other. They lost all their coordinators. What are they going to do? He did a good job righting the ship last year, for sure. But I don't give him a lot of credit for winning the Super Bowl. Like I said, Dan Campbell, if he was the head coach of the Eagles, they still would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'll probably put Nick Sirianni 10. I'm making a list right now. Number 1, I have
Dan Campbell.
Shanahan.
Shanahan, number 1?
I put Shanahan number 1. Maybe I should.
Again, yeah, like if you put Shanahan in Kansas City, they're winning more, probably. But you never know. It's ifs and buts was candies and nuts.
Yeah. All right, number 2. Wait, is anybody else any objection to Shanahan number 1?
I don't think Shanahan should be number 1. I don't think you could put him over Andy Reid.
I got Andy Reid at 1. They've won multiple Super Bowls in a row.
I guess he did assemble that coaching like that, like him having Spagnuolo as like part of his doing.
Yeah, and he's a great head coach, great play caller.
Yeah, I guess I don't hate that.
He was. A lot of people said, like, before he won a Super Bowl, is Andy Reid the best head coach to not win a Super Bowl? Like, that was talk about him before he did it. So,
all right, well then my list probably asked now because number 2 I had McVay.
Easy out here working for PFF.
You had McVay over Andy Reid too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that either.
I'd seen him.
You're too respectful of Kyle Shanahan. It's the opposite.
Yeah, I got McVay number 2. I saw him reinvent that team like multiple times.
Again, if you put Shanahan over McVay, yeah, I mean, McVay's got the Super Bowl. A lot of that's because of Stafford. Shanahan notoriously owns McVay. But I'm not putting McVay over Andy Reid.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Number 3 was Reid, which I did forget. Honestly, I think I just forgot Andy Reid because I'm looking at my list. And I had like cross out. I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Once I got to 3.
That's fair.
Maybe Andy Reid would have made number 1. But whatever. Mahomes Merchant, whatever. Each their own. Number 4, Dan Campbell. Probably too early.
That's
That's
too much respect.
That's my fucking guy.
I love Dan Campbell. I do. I love Dan Campbell. I don't know if I could put Dan Campbell over John Harbaugh, Sean Payton, and Mike Tomlin.
Number 5, Sean Payton. Number 6, John Harbaugh. Number 7, Mike Tomlin. 8, Jim Harbaugh. What?
No, that makes sense to me.
9, Kevin O'Connell. 10,
Doug McDermott.
Sirianni.
Oh, yeah.
I guess McDermott could.
McDermott showed a lot last year. Well, it was also like Josh Allen.
I guess he's done just as much as Dan Campbell. Yeah, you're right. No, McDermott. I don't feel bad about that, actually.
Spenny, would you take Dan Quinn over Dan Campbell? No.
Listen.
Dan Quinn deserves some love for sure, but not top 10 yet.
Deserves some love, absolutely for sure. Phenomenal defensive play caller was there in Seattle.
Yeah.
Revived the Cowboys defense there for a minute, too. Obviously, like last year, what he did was amazing. If Washington fans included in this situation, if you didn't learn anything from facing a healthy team and getting fucking absolutely mollywopped,
yeah,
I don't even feel like ever saying it. Fluke of a victory. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the Commanders. Fuck the hype around them. I hope they fucking suck this year.
Yeah.
I'm happy we gave them like their fucking first big win in 20 years. Like, good for you guys. That's your fucking, like, what are you doing? You saw what it was against a healthy team. You got fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Stop.
And
be for real.
We saw Dan Quinn, his best coaching accomplishment was almost entirely because of Kyle Shanahan.
Whoa!
Like, Dan Quinn made the Super Bowl because Kyle Shanahan had Matt Ryan playing like an MVP and winning MVP. And then as soon as you remove Kyle Shanahan from the equation,
they were ass.
The Falcons suck. So
with an MVP quarterback.
Quote
unquote.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened, but.
Yeah, no. Shams bomb.
Yeah. Boston, Atlanta, and Brooklyn are finalizing a 3-team trade that sends Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick to the Hawks. Terrence Mann and Atlanta's pick 22 to the Nets, and George Niang in a second round to the Celtics.
Fucking Niang on the Celtics. God, how gross.
They got a Marchand.
I fucking hate George Niang, and I hate the Celtics, so I guess it works. I can just hate him double.
You said Kristaps out? He got out?
Kristaps
gone.
Kristaps to the Hawks.
Yes.
I thought your uncle's son played for the Hawks.
So the East, another team in the East.
Another team in the East making a move.
Yeah,
Trae Young and Kristaps.
Ooh, actually.
It's a pretty good combination.
Yeah.
If Kristaps can stay healthy.
Where's John
Apparently, he might have AIDS, allegedly. I don't know. But that's what I heard earlier in the show.
Kristaps.
I mean, if he does, Atlanta's pretty, they're very welcoming of that in Atlanta. So, like,
I feel like that was I got to see Kristaps' contract. I feel like that is a very low cost move to get a type of player.
Boston had to get rid of Kristaps.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's
He's saying for the Pistons.
Oh,
yeah.
well.
That's a low cost move with a low risk, high reward, I would say.
The only way the Pistons would have been able to acquire
He's making
Kristaps
$30 million this year.
while staying under the
Tobias.
apron would be if they got rid of Tobias in that deal. You'd be replacing Kristaps with Tobias, which you could have done if the Nets were involved. So you could have sent Tobias to the Nets.
You want 37?
6'7".
37. Take 37.
DNC says Dog said lose is insane. A lose trade is pretty crazy, honestly. Probably somebody on Twitter. All right, let's go to break. Last one. We'll come back. We'll do some mailbag questions. Tell us about the White Claw Tigers tour that the Woodward Heavyweights are taking. Nicholas, please.
You guys want to join the biggest party in Detroit history? It's this Sunday. Calling all Tigers fans. Join us for the White Claw Tigers tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch the Tigers game live on the network. And this Sunday, the crew will be taking on Old Miami in Detroit. It's going to be a big old party to watch the best team in baseball. Watch the Tigers on Sunday Night Baseball. Brought to you by White Claw and Ben Johnson Law.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Not letting Nick trips it for you, bro. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
You have that about any of your friends? Or you're like, man.
That I think they're going to
Pray
beat
for
their
him
kids?
one day, yeah.
No,
I've
I'm
just said
friends with
uncle
good
or
people.
something. Yeah.
I think if I saw a guy that I was like, he gives off vibes as someone that would abuse kids, I probably wouldn't be friends with him. Unless the kids were asking for it. Sometimes kids are asking for it, you just got to pop them right in their shit.
See, when I was at the jiu-jitsu
Allegedly.
gym, they did MMA too. There were some guys in there. I was like,
Yeah.
Like good guys, but you can tell like when they're mad. It's like, oh.
That's what is Theo Vaughn say? You know he's going home
guy's
to
going
punch.
home to punch.
Yeah, Monster energy drinks.
Like one of my coaches, he's supposed to be coaching us. Like we'd be sparring, and you hit him, and he's like going full force at me. Like, bro, you're supposed to be teaching me. You're trying to fucking knock my head off right now.
Yeah,
That's not like
some people can't control
you should be happy at once.
their emotions, and that's,
yeah,
children.
Little CT in there too.
Little CT doesn't help.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a year one. You know, like
Think so? I might snap one day. Go Captain Insano on my kids. I mean, it could happen. I could be in a wheelchair.
Skywalker, I could see it.
You could see it?
Yeah, be against your will. Be like a CT.
I think if anybody in here, there's a pretty obvious one.
Like not even abuse, just murder.
Yeah,
Just
Nick
straight up
just coming home
on the news,
losing his whole fucking life savings in FanDuel on a 10-leg parlay.
Jesus.
God damn it.
Speaking of fan,
Yes.
I don't see this on Twitter yet, but the time was moved on FanDuel to 7:30, so not confirmed, but maybe confirmed.
Okay.
somehow.
Is there a way you like pass your, like, could I go? You get the $12 buffet.
It's like a picture of me, but
He could probably pass as you. Honestly,
passes
you
you.
flash it fast enough. Beard and beard.
yeah.
You have the beard in your picture?
Yeah, I was in Hawaii for a weekend. I got a real tan.
And
No,
around.
mine's a pretty
Yeah,
greasy
I was
picture.
eating a poi.
Did you have the
It's
beard?
fresh off the bald, so it's got like a really bad buzz cut.
It's like a wanted picture.
You're a
for
fucking trooper for that. by the
Tiny
way.
bit of
Yeah.
like
Legend.
stubble. Yeah, a legend.
Well, we might if second half starts, might have to do it again.
What mean?
Because might have to shave the top again when the second half starts because
we lost one
it
series.
led to success. When
I know
Williams
no
won.
game yesterday. Any concerns that your number 2 pitcher right now?
Yeah.
Casey
He's
Mize.
trade bait.
Casey Mize.
No, I'm just kidding. Jack Flaherty's streaky. It's gonna happen.
He just can't find the fucking zone right now.
Yeah, it's what happens. It happens every year.
Yeah. Baseball happened.
Just gotta, hopefully the reset on the All-Star break. Hopefully he comes back. He's throwing flames again. Reese Olson coming back will help.
Yeah, making his next start in AAA Toledo tomorrow before hopefully getting that last rehab start.
Yeah.
Before getting called back up, we need him.
And I'll ask again, can we please rest Gary Carpenter? I mean, I saw
I'm
Cork
with
on an
ya.
off day today.
I'm
Like, what
with
the
ya.
fuck?
I'm
It's
with
so clearly the hamstring's bothering him.
I am with you, but I'm not.
I don't know about rest. I think he just needs to sit down for a game or two.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I would send him down.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm calling it rest.
You just said what I said a different way.
Oh no, it's for sure his hammy. I think
because even
he
two
can't get
Fridays
to that
ago-
high fastball that he normally can rip.
Yeah,
he's swinging at everything eye level too. Yeah,
his hammy's been bugging him for a month though.
Was it like 2 Fridays ago? He could have
Kinda.
scored. And everyone was
Oh
like, no effort
God,
in it.
If it's the hammy that's making him this bad over the past month, then yeah, he should be on the
It's
IR.
gotta be the hammy, man.
Like,
Yeah, I mean at this point we have depth too. Like we'll be okay.
We'll be okay.
Great point.
Thank you.
And again,
some would say I like
Gary
to talk
Gary
baseball.
Carpenter, when he's best, is the gadget guy that AJ Hinch uses him as the righty masher to come in a big moment, a pinch hit type of guy. I don't think Gary Carpenter is ever or will be an everyday baseball player. So I think using him like that is it's going to inflate the bad part of his game. And, yeah, he might be dealing with a little injuries. But hopefully when Vierling comes back, then he can go back into that role, and then we'll be ready to go. You got the lefty killer in Jahmai Jones. Hopefully Kerry Carpenter can come back as a righty killer, and then you got a couple tools for AJ Hinch to use.
Winsell Perez.
Winsell Perez is good.
7, right? Am I wrong? Is it 7? Like 78 at bats?
6'7".
6'7" for sure. 6'7". No, he's got an unreal power stroke going on this year. He was definitely hit in the gym, big time. I would like to see that dude's gym whatever workout.
He'd love to see that dude's junk, is what he was trying to say.
Would love to see him in the No.
All right, well,
Skywalker baseball got anything before we go? Any one thing?
I have no
Any
idea.
baseball thing.
All right.
Tigers win tonight. Do they win?
It's just a little bit at the bottom.
Do the Tigers
water,
win
dude.
tonight?
It's not
It's
like,
like go across the table.
it's not like it's vodka. But that'll do it for us. It's purple. That'll do it for us today. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. For Easy, for Nick, for Skywalker. Killed it today. I am Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.